Oftentimes we get it wrong that actually you're supposed to bring your painter on board when you're done with everything, the finishings, the fittings, and all is left is just to paint when you're ready to actually almost move in. That is wrong. You bring your painter on board as soon as you're done with the plastering. When you're done with the plastering, that's when your painter comes on board. For example, so when you're using Plascon and you want them on board, you're ready for your painting, it should be immediately after the plastering, because then they do tests to know if your wall is ready for painting. Many times we blunder whereby the plastering is done and you just do the undercoat, you just paint, and at the end of the day in your property, you're seeing the paint either pull off, either rub off, or it looks ugly and you're wondering where did you go wrong. Bring your painter on board right after the plastering. Bring Plascon on board right after the plastering. It's the interior designing tips of the week, brought to you by Plascon. I hope you get to know what you need to transform the interior, because color makes or destroys the property.
Interior designing is brought to you by Plascon. Color your world.
My name is Faith Chichoncho Lukwago. I'm going to be taking you through interior designing tips. First of all, we are going to look at the interior designing mistakes that people usually make, and these are mistakes that everyone should avoid. People usually they tend to make a showroom instead of like a living room, or instead of making functional space. So you end up having like a showroom. You find someone has done stonework here, wallpaper here, and it's all like in chaos. Everything is all over the place. So that is one mistake that people usually make, and everyone should avoid it. The second mistake we are going to look at is people tend to spend money on the things that don't count in the interior. We should always stick to the things that we need. So on the mistake of blowing money where it doesn't count, people should stick to looking out for the things that they need in a home, like furniture, like curtains, and things that they are going to use in the long run, not something they are going to hate as time goes on. The third mistake that people usually make when they are doing interior designing is minding so much about quantity, not quality. It's better to have like 5-seater of chairs that are very good quality than have a whole set of chairs that you don't need. Quality should be considered more than the quantity. Then the other mistake that people are making in interior designing is actually letting someone else define your home, especially maybe an interior designer or decorator who will impose maybe things on you. Your home should define who you are. It should actually tell what you're into. If you're into the modern kind of interior design or the rustic, it should tell your story. It should tell who you are. If you're into, let's say, sports, you should add things that tell you love sports, especially when you're doing your collections, like the balls, like the trophies. That adds character to your home. So for the mistakes that people do when they're doing interior designing, they can actually be avoided if you take your time to think about what you want in your home. So that was the interior deco tip of the week. Thank you.
For over 55 years, as customers, we have come to know, love and trust one paint company to color our homes, to color our lives, to color our world. And it's due to this trust that this company has become the biggest in East Africa. And now that same company brings you the same paint you've known for over 55 years, the same products you've trusted to color your world. But now with a new name, Plascon. Plascon, color your world.